Everion, Mike'chen. Today, we remaking something that smells like pure happiness and tastes like a trip to the state fair. Classic, fluffy, golden brown fried dough. Have you ever walked past one of those food stalls and just been completely captivated by that amazing smell? Well, guess what? It's incredibly easy to make right at home, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step. You only need a few simple ingredients that you probably already have in your pantry. By the end of this video, you'll be a fried dough pro ready to whip up this amazing treat for family movie nights, get-togethers, or just because you deserve it. So, grab your apron and let's get started on making the best homemade fried dough you've ever had. First things first, let's talk about our ingredients. It's super simple. For our dough, we need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2¼ teaspoons of active dry yeast, that's 1 standard packet, and 1 cup of warm water, the 40° Fahrenheit. If it's too hot, it'll harm the yeast, and if it's too cold, it won't activate properly. Think bathwater temperature. For frying, you'll need a neutral oil with a high smoke point, like canola, vegetable, or peanut oil. And of course, the better topping. We'll talk more about those later, but classic choices are powdered sugar, cinnamon sugar, or even a drizzle of chocolate sauce. Now, let's make our dough. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to combine our dry ingredients. Add your flour, sugar, and salt. And just give it a quick whisk to mix everything together evenly. In a separate smaller bowl or measuring cup, dissolve your yeast in the warm water. Just stir it gently and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. You'll know it's ready when it gets foamy and bubbly on top. Blooming the yeast active. Once your yeast is nice and frothy, pour the mixture into your bowl of dry ingredients. Now, you can use a stand mixer with a dough hook, or just get in there with your hands and a sturdy spoon. Mix until a shaggy dough starts to form. Once the dough comes together, it's time to knead. If you're using a stand mixer, let it run on low speed for about 5 to 7 minutes. If you're kneading by hand, turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface. Now, kneading is a really satisfying process. Just fold the dough over, push it down and away with the heel of your hand, give it a quarter turn, and repeat. Keep this up for about 8 to 10 minutes. You're looking for the dough to become smooth and elastic. You can't also be test that's ready. Just take a small piece of dough and gently stretch it between your fingers. If you can stretch it thin enough to see light through it without it tearing, it's perfect. Now, for the first rise, lightly oil a large, clean bowl. Place your smooth ball of dough inside and turn it over once to coat it lightly with oil. This prevents a dry crust from forming. Cover the bowl with a clean kitchen towel or some plastic wrap and place it in a warm, draft-free spot in your kitchen. I like to put mine in the oven with just the oven light on. Let it rise for about 1 to 2 hours or until it has doubled in size. This part takes patience, but it's what creates that light, airy texture we're after. You'll see just how much it grows. It's like magic. Once your dough has doubled, it's time to punch it down. This is the fun part. Gently press your fist into the center of the dough to release the air. Then, turn the dough out onto your lightly floured surface again. We're going to divide it into equal pieces. I usually aim for about 8 pieces for this recipe, which makes for some nice, handheld fried doughs. You can use a bench scraper or a knife for this. Roll each piece into a ball, and then gently flatten it out with your hands into a disc, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick. They don't have to be perfect circles. In fact, the rustic, irregular shapes are part of the charm. Now, we let them rest one more time. Place your flattened dough discs on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Make sure to leave a little space between them. Cover them loosely with a kitchen towel and let them rest for another 20 to 30 minutes. This short second rise gives them an extra bit of puffiness when they hit the hot oil. While they're resting, we can get our frying station set up. Pour your oil into a heavy-bottomed pot or a deep skillet. You'll want about 2 to 3 inches of oil. Heat it till over 305 degrees Fahrenheit. A kitchen thermometer is your best friend here. If you don't have one, you can test the oil by dropping a tiny piece of dough in. If it sizzles and turns golden brown in about a minute, your oil is ready. It's frying time. Safety first. Be very careful with the hot oil. Gently place 1 or 2 pieces of dough into the pot, being careful not to overcrowd it. They will puff up almost immediately. Fry for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side, or until they are a beautiful golden brown. Use tongs or a slotted spoon to flip them over. Once they're perfectly golden on both sides, carefully remove them from the oil and place them on a wire rack lined with paper towels to drain any excess oil. That sizzle sound is just the best, isn't it? Repeat this process with the remaining dough pieces. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the toppings. This is where you can get really creative. The classic is a generous dusting of powdered sugar. Just use a fine mesh sieve to sprinkle it all over while the fried dough is still warm. Another, one of my favorites, is a cinnamon sugar mixture. Just mix some granulated sugar with a bit of cinnamon and sprinkle it on. You could also drizzle them with honey, maple syrup, or even some melted chocolate or caramel sauce. Feeling extra decadent? Add a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of whipped cream. There are no rules here, so go with whatever your heart desires. And there you have it, perfect, homemade fried dough that's crispy on the outside, light and chewy on the inside, and absolutely irresistible. Just look at that. They are so good when they're warm. This is such a fun and rewarding recipe to make, and I promise, once you try it, you'll be making it again and again. It's the ultimate comfort food. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. If you try this recipe, let me know how it goes in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more delicious recipes. We'll see you next time. Happy cooking!